Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Benga Adeyemo. I'm a senior data analyst. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, and I'm a community person. And today's video is actually for those that just relocated to the US, Canada, Australia, UK, anywhere, or maybe you are even in Nigeria or Africa, and you want to work with companies in the US and the UK, and you have skills, or probably you are entry level or mid senior or even managerial level, and you've been applying for jobs. Maybe you just located to Canada, for example, and you've been applying for jobs. You've tried all you can, even with all your experience back in Nigeria. You've been applying for jobs here, and it has been as if nobody's even seeing you. All you are getting is rejection mails back to back, and you are tired of this, right? I want to show you how you can use or leverage AI to apply for jobs, right? And you can get interviews as fast as possible, right? It's when you have interviews, like you have interviews that you've done here and there, that you can now have hope that okay, maybe this job that is, I know that my job will come from somewhere. But imagine not getting interviews at all. It now looks as if everywhere is dark, everything is dark, nothing is coming forth. I mean, it can be tiring. I have been there before. I know how it feels like. I know what I went through. Like, I mean, I was at the time I was so depressed. I could not get a job for more than a year of landing here. And it seems like everything was turning, everything was just it's not just working out. And it can really be exhausting, right? So today's video, or maybe some people in Nigeria, you don't even want to relocate, but you want to work for companies in the US, in Canada, Australia, everywhere. You want to earn in dollars, you want to earn in pound sterling, you want to be in Nigeria and enjoy, and earn in hard currency, right? This video is also for you because I'm going to be showing you how you can leverage two AI platforms, ChatGPT and a platform called Jobscan, right? I'm going to go to LinkedIn now and pick any random job I see. I'm going to apply for the job. I'm going to create a resume rather. I'm going to create a resume. I'm going to use JobScan to, see the keyword match percentage between my resume and the job adverts. So now you will now see the reasons why sometimes you apply for a job and you know that this job, you are highly qualified for the job. You are qualified. You have the experience. You have the skill. You have everything that the job requires. But you are not just getting interviews, right? It took me a long time before somebody told me, oh, no, this is how to apply for jobs here. You do this, you do that. I say, wow, I didn't know. And I suffered for a lot of months because I didn't have that little tiny piece of information. And what I'm about to share today is mind blowing, is life changing. You will start getting interviews from, in fact, immediately you start using this method. People have given testimonies of how they used this same method and tips and how they've landed different multiple interviews in various organizations, right? So I'm going to be talking about, I'll start with talking about what we call ATS, applicant tracking system. Now, the issue is that because of the way the job market is, when they post one job advert, sometimes you go on LinkedIn, you see 100 people have applied. The job that was posted 6 hours ago, what's going on here? And you keep wondering, how do I compete? How do I get interviewed? There's a lot of people competing for the same position, people applying. And the issue is that the HR work is not an easy work. Sincerely, I remember a time ago, I tried to interview people and I saw more than 90 applicants for a job I posted on LinkedIn. And I'm like, how am I going to interview 90 people? I don't even have that time, right? It's too much. So HRs, they want to also make their work easy for them. They want to make it, they want to make the interview process very fast, seamless. So what they do is that on some job websites, right, or some job application platforms, there's what we call ATS that is there. And the ATS is going to be the one to scan your resume before it even gets to the HR or even gets to the hiring manager, right? So if it can find some major keywords that we have in the adverts, you are not going to get interview at all. So it is a system that sends you all those rejection emails that you see. The system automatically sends you that if it's not meeting a particular percentage keyword match between your resume and the job adverts, right? I'm going to be giving you examples of platforms that uses ATS, right, for job applications. So now I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to be sharing my screen, right? Now you see that what I typed on Google is HR job websites that uses ATS for job applications, right? Now there are several job boards that uses ATS, right? For example, Indeed, sometimes there are some jobs that you see on Indeed that they apply or use ATS. Workable, so many companies use Workable for their job adverts, right? Jazz HR, there are so many of them. Bamboo HR, Breezy HR, Zoho Recruit. So a lot of companies use different job boards to advertise their vacancies, right? And a lot of people are applying. So you have to stay ahead of the game because a lot of people that are competing for that same job, and some of them might be as skilled as you are, might have the same experience, or even they might even have more experience than you are. So the job market is just like that, and you just have to always find a way to make sure that we build a very good resume, an ATS compliant, friendly resume that you can be assured that at least they are going to be getting interviews, right? I'm going to also create another video maybe later in the future where I would, talk about how you can answer interview question and answer, especially in my own core area, which is on Power BI, right? I'm going to be, sharing some tips with you on how you can pass Power BI interviews, especially for those that are looking for jobs abroad or those that are that are just located and they are trying to, because it's a new system. The system is different, the approach is different, and you just have to, find a way around applying for jobs. So let's go ahead. So I'm going to open a new tab now, and I'm going to just go to my LinkedIn. I'm going to go to the job section of LinkedIn, and I'll just pick any random job. So let me go to jobs. Let me go to jobs, and on the job part, sorry, let me close this. And I can say, for example, let me say Power BI developer. Power BI developer. Let me take a look at maybe Canada in general, or might even be US, just any country. So I pick Power BI developer, I pick Canada. So I'm saying it's a developer. This is not what I want. Oh, I can see one here, Power BI developer, right? And I'm going to click on the apply button here. Now it's directing me to the company's what's it called, websites where the job is being advertised, right? Okay, so this is an example of one job advert, any random job. I just saw this job advert on LinkedIn, and you can see about the position. You see some keywords like Power BI, dashboard, reports, KPI, DAX, data modeling, stakeholder, blah blah blah, and all of those things, right? They even want somebody who has Microsoft certified data, and that is a PR 300. You have experience in Azure and all of those things. So I'm going to show you. So how do I ensure that when I apply for this job, I'm sure that I'm going to get interview. I'm like 100% sure that I'm going to get interview. Or let me say 99% sure that I'm going to get interview. So after looking at the job advert, I will copy the job advert from the here. I'll copy it here, and I don't need to copy everything though. Right. And I will just copy. I like to this place copy. And I'll open my chat GPT. I'll open my chat GPT, chat.open.ai, and I will say, for example, I will start with saying, let me stay logged out for now. I will say, I need a professional profile, right, based on the adverts below, right? I will say, for example, not more, not more than, not more than 3 sentences. For example, let's say I'm the one that wants to apply for this job. Not more than 3 sentences. I will say, add that I am, right, a Microsoft Microsoft certified trainer. And also, let me zoom in this so you can see it very well. Okay. And also add that I am a Microsoft certified Power BI data analyst associate, right? And I'm going to click on my shift and my enter button on my keyboard to move downwards, and I'll just paste the advert, right? And I'm going to click on send. Now it has given me a professional profile, which will be the first section. After my name and everything is going to be the first section. So I'm going to open my Word document now. I'm going to be opening my Word documents, my Microsoft Word, right? My Microsoft Word. Okay, it's open here on my second screen, and I'm going to go back. I'm going to drag it here, right? And I'm going to click on blank documents. I'm going to be clicking on blank documents, and I will just enter to put some space up there, and I'm going to paste. Oh my, that's not what I wanted to do. So let me go back again, and I will just come here and I will copy this. Maybe I didn't copy that at first, right? I come back to my Word document here, and I'm going to paste that, right? I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to Control J so that it's well arranged, right? It's telling me, okay, to correct this. So that is the work of Copilot is helping me then, right? Okay, now that I have that, I will put in the title, say professional profile. Some people call it professional summary, but I prefer to use the word professional profile anyway. And at the top part here, I'm going to have my name, for example. For example, my name is Benga. ADEMO. And the next thing that I'm going to have here is my phone number. For example, my phone number is 204-962 7154, right? 7154. And I'm going to put my email as adegbenga31 at gmail.com, right? And the next thing I'm going to put is my address. For example, I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada, and I'm going to just put because I don't want anybody to know my house. But I'm just going to put one random postal code there. So it's okay like this. You don't actually need to put, let me zoom this so you can see it clearly. So you don't actually need to put your house address. I'm living at number 13, Keston Street. You don't need to do that. Just put the city, the province, and probably the country. You can put the country if you want to put the country there. It's also fine, right? If you want to put the country, it's fine. Can you put the province and the country and probably also the postal code? You don't need to write number 15 Deji Road, Ikeja, Lagos. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Just put in the city name, put the postal code, put the country, put the state. That is fine, right? So now I have this. I'm going to move this up a little. Oh, I'm going to put like a space in between so it looks good. So I'm still going to do some corrections though. Now you notice that my basic details, they are on the left side rather, and it's not, so you can decide to put it in the middle or on the left side. But the left arrangement is actually I don't know, it depends on you. So some people will say they prefer the one on the middle, particularly on the middle side, but me, I prefer to have it on the left side. So I have everything arranged from the left to the right? So I have my professional profile, I have my name, I have my phone number, I have my email. I can decide to put my LinkedIn link, right? Let me go back to the browser, and I'm going to go to my LinkedIn. Let me open another tab, open a new tab, and I'm going to go to my LinkedIn again, but this time around, I'm going to copy my LinkedIn link. So I'm going to go to my profile, right? I'll go to my profile. Come on. Then I click on where I have my profile picture. Now I have my profile here now. I'm going to copy this like this, and I'm going to go back, probably just go back to my Word documents, and I'm going to type LinkedIn, right? I'm going to type LinkedIn. I put a semicolon and I paste my LinkedIn link. And because I also have a YouTube channel, right? It depends on the kind of job I'm applying to. But because I have a YouTube channel and I throw out content from time to time, I can also, let me correct this. I can also, uh, okay, I can also put my YouTube channel link. So I come here, I go to YouTube, I'm going to go to my channel from here. I don't know why my internet is a little slow. Okay, so I come here, I go to my channel from here, right? And I copy the link to my YouTube channel here. I copy the link to my YouTube channel. I go back to my resume that I'm building and I'll paste the link to my YouTube channel also there, right? Okay, good. So now let me go back to my ChatGPT. The next thing that I also want to, the next section for me is my technical skills, is my skills rather. So I'm going to call it, I'm just going to copy this one. I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to paste it here. Let me put like a space in between. So I'll call this one professional skills. I'll call this section professional skills, right? And I'm going to go back to ChatGPT again, and I will say, give me a give me a list of skills, right? Technical, technical, and non-technical, right? Uh, arrange is that horizontally, right? Arrange horizontally, and separate with a comma, right? And I'll press enter. So it all depends on the way you prompt, ChatGPT, right? So it has mixed up both the technical and non-technical together. So I would say separate the technical, the technical from the non-technical. Sorry for my typo. Separate the technical from the non-technical. So good. So I'm going to come here now. I'm going to copy. It has given me the technical skills and the non-technical skills based on the advert, right? So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my Word document and I'm going to paste it. But what I'm going to do now is to, go here and just make sure, it's on the same line like this. Also do the same thing for the non-technical. Right, now I can go here and still do Control J to justify. So everything is arranged well. I can also do that here also. So I have both technical skills and non-technical skills here now, right? Okay, perfect. Everything is looking good. Everything is looking good. So I have professional skills. I have professional profile. Now the next section is the professional work experience. Now I've copied here. I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to say professional work experience. Right now, professional work experience. Now, one thing I want you to know is that when you are applying for jobs, right, it's not a matter of whether it's not about you most times. It's about the the employer. It's about what the hiring manager wants. It's about their processes, their tools, what they are looking for. So it's not a matter of whether I'm skilled, I have everything. It's still about them, right? So you have to play the game. You have to dance to their tune. Okay, I'm going to explain what I mean by that. So maybe, for example, in my previous work experiences, I did not do a particular thing, but the job advert is telling me that they're looking for somebody who can do that thing. But I've not, I can do that thing, right? I can use that functionality. I can use that tool, right? But I might not have used it on a corporate level before, right? In a corporate space before, but I know how to do that thing. Maybe, for example, now maybe as I'm applying for this job now, maybe they require somebody who has who has done some Power BI administration. You have the Power BI developer skills, but you also know how to do some Power BI admin stuff, right? It doesn't mean that because of that you're not going to apply, right? You might not have been the one doing Power BI admin stuff in your present organization, but so far you know how to do it. You can go to Power BI admin, you can do settings, relating to data governance and all. You can do a lot of settings in Power BI admin, but you might not be the one doing it in your current organization, right? So that should not disturb you from applying for the position, right? So you have to just tailor your job description in your current and past organizations to fit in into the requirements of the job based on the job advert. So that is just the strategy, right? So what I'm going to do now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'll say I need work experiences. Like, sorry, I need work, or I'll say I need job descriptions. I need job descriptions based. I need job descriptions based on the adverts above. I need job descriptions based on the advert above. So let me say starts with 5. You can say starts with 5, right? And you enter, and you will see that it's giving you a lot of job descriptions that relates to the job advert. So I'm going to be copying them one by one. I can copy this. So the thing is that I don't need to use everything, right? So you see what I'm going to do now. So my current job position, for example, and one thing you must make sure is that all your job title must be the same job title as the advert. So for example, now I'm a senior data analyst, but my job title at my current place of work, I'm not the job title is not Power BI developer, but I'm applying for a Power BI developer role, right? I'm going to put in my job title there as a Power BI developer. The reason is because if I put senior data analyst there and the ATS machine reads that, right, it might reduce my score, right? It might reduce my score because it's not seeing matching it's not seeing matching job titles. And all these small tips, small things. Sometimes it might be the reason why you are not getting the job interview. So one must be really careful. So use the exact job title in all the places that you have worked before on your resume so that you can quickly get interview. Don't be too adamant, be flexible for change, be flexible to learn, right? Don't be too adamant and say, no, I want to use exactly my job title. So imagine you have worked in places where your job titles are different. Maybe you work in a place, your job title is data analyst in this company, in company A. When you get to company B, your job title is senior business intelligence analyst. And when you get to another company, they are calling their own insights analyst. So you're not having like 3 job titles for 3 different places that you have worked. So you need that consistency. You need to have the same job title in all your in all places that you have worked before. So even though I'm a senior data analyst, but I'm going to put Power BI developer in this job, in this resume that I'm building. Right? And even the Power BI developer, I'm not even going to just type it out. I'm going to go to the job advert here, and I'm going to copy it exactly the way it is written on the job advert. And I will tell you why. It's because if I type it out myself, let's say the spacing between the Power and the BI here is probably just one space, and I use two spaces rather, then that's the beginning of my problem, because ATS might not read it very well still, and it might be reducing my mark, and it might be reducing the keyword match for me. So why would I want to trouble myself? All I need to do is just come here and copy the job advert the way it is written on the job website. I don't need to trouble myself. I just copy it the way it is written here, and I'll go back to my Word documents and I'll just paste it, right? So there's no issue of whether it's not reading it well in terms of the space. There are some job adverts that they will write Power BI developer in a different way. There might not be any space between the Power and the BI. They just jam it together, and the developer will not have a space in between the Power BI and the developer. So you need to just copy it the way it's written on the job website. Don't trouble yourself at all. Now, the next thing I'm going to do now is I need to technically put in the job description. So I'm going to go to I'm going to come here, and what do we call this in Word documents? Let me look for the name again. The bullets, yes. So I'm going to come here and install bullet. I love using this one anyway. I can use this one. I can use this one. Anyone is okay. So I can try and use this bullet. Then I'll go back to my job advert. Go back to the GPT, and I'll try and copy the job the JD that I got here, right? So it doesn't matter what you are doing in your company. You have to align the resume to exactly what they are looking for in the job description of the advert, right? So you come here, you copy, you paste it. You have this one here. I'm also going to go back again. Maybe I will just copy this one, right? I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to go back again to my Word documents. I'm going to paste it, right? I have two now, right? I have to go back again. Let me do for this one. I have to copy here, and I have to paste here. So I can just leave these three alone for this particular place that I worked, right? And also, you have to be very careful. Some people, when they want to write the date range of where they are working, some people will just they will just write 2022 to 2024. ATS is going to reduce your mark. It's going to reduce your score, right? It wants it to be accurate. So you put the month and the year, you and the ending. If they are still present, then you can say till date, or till you are for present, right? So you can write it like this. For example, you can say, for example, let's say maybe I started working here October 2023 to maybe till date. I'll just put till date. Right? The ATS will understand that, right? So put the months and the year. Don't just put the year and say 2022 to 2024. No, don't do that. It's going to reduce your score a lot, right? So these are tiny, tiny tips, but as tiny as they are, they can be the reason why you're not getting the job. You're not getting the interview, right? So, and I'll put the company there as XYZ Limited or corporation or anything. So you put the job title could come first. On the same line that you have the job title, you are going to have the date range of when you work in that company. If you're currently working there, you put the month and the year together with, and you say till date, right? So I have the job, I have the JD now. So I'm going to move to another company, right? I'm going to move to another company. And let me just come here. Let me just copy this one like this, like the way it is here. I'm going to come here and copy. So I'm going to paste here. Oh, this is not what I want. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I'm going to be pasting this here. Let me remove this one. Right, this is not what I want. Okay, and I'm going to come here. I'm going to also come here and insert the bullets, right? And I will go back to my ChatGPT, and I'll probably copy this one. I'll copy this one, and I'm going to paste, right? I'm going to paste it. I'll come here again and copy this one, right? And I'm going to come here and paste. So now I have, so now let's say I work here between, let's say maybe February 2022, so probably September 2023, right? September. So you can if you like, you can write out the full name of the month, and you can shorten it also, but the ATS will still understand it, right? Let me change this one to 2021, for example, right? So I have just two job description there, so I can tell it to give me another five. Give me another five. Make sure it relates well to the job adverts above. right? And I press enter, it's giving me another 5. Nice. So I'm going to copy this one like this, right? Uh, I'm going to come here. Oh, I don't want to use this one because it's related to the one that I have here. So let me go to this one. I'll just copy this one here. I can just copy it randomly, right? It doesn't have to follow. I don't have to follow it the way it is. It is there. So I'm going to pick. I'll make sure that for every job, for every JD, at different places that you have worked before, make sure that you don't have job descriptions that are more than 3 or 4 max. In fact, 3 is enough, sincerely, because you don't want your resume to go more than 2 pages max. I've seen people building resumes of 6. I'm like, what? Building resume of 6 pages? Who is going to read that? That is, in fact, that's like you are building a textbook, right? So make sure that your resume is not more than maximum 2 pages max. Try and squeeze everything to 2 pages, right? So I'll just make sure that for every job I'm not putting more than 3 JD for I mean for the job description under every place that I've worked before. So I'm going to come here and you put the company name, ABC Limited. So this one I'm going to say ABC Limited, right? Now I'll come again, I'll copy this again, I'll come here and I'll come here, right? I'll come to this place, I'm going to paste, I'm going to paste, right? And I'll come here again and adjust this one. And this one is now going to be YYY Limited. So you just put in the company you work, put in their name there, right? And I'm going to change, based on when you work there. So this one's probably going to be maybe August. Maybe this one you work there, August 2019, for example. And it's going to be to January 2021, right? So I'm going to come here again, just like I did, and I'm going to put in the bullets, and I'm going to come here and copy some of the JDs that I have here. Copy this one, right? I'll paste it here. Okay. I will make sure that it's not bold because the other ones is. Oh, let me go back again. Yeah, make sure that it is not bold. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll go back here like this. I'm going to, copy this one and paste it like this. Okay, just to make sure that I don't have repeated stuff. Although you can repeat stuff anyway, it all depends on the way you package the resume, right? Um, so one thing I want you to also note about this is that for the places that you've worked before, try and use like a past tense. So, for example, I worked closely with cross-functional team, provided, utilized, here collaborated, like used past tense, applied rule levels, applied rule level security, and followed the data governance standards, blah blah blah. Stayed current to the latest, blah blah blah. Use the past tense for places that you have worked before, right? Um, I think where you currently work to, you can use past tense there. So 5 things that you have done, right? You can still use past tense: performed, designed, developed, and maintained. Performed data modeling and created advanced tax measures, connected to uh, various data sources, blah blah blah. Okay, now let's go. Right. So I have 3 places that I've worked now. Now, some of us, for people that have probably jumped from one company to another, some people they've worked in like 20 companies. I would advise you not to put what's it called? I would advise you not to put all the companies that you have worked there. So you can adjust the date range such that you only compress it to only three complaints marked is okay, or 4 complaints. If you can manage the space, right? Because you don't want to have resume that is, more than 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. It's too much, right? If you're somebody that, if you're the jumpy type, from one company to another, you spend 2 months here, you already move to another one. You spend 3 months here, you already move to another one. That's a red flag. So I would just advise you to just compress the dates. Yeah, and just maybe you use one company and just adjust the date a little so that you are not showing. So when you get to the interview, you can tell the hiring manager that the places that you worked, they are more than what you have in your resume. But because you don't want the resume to be more than 2 pages max, that's why you have to compress everything to just 2 pages. So you can tell the hiring manager like that. It's not it's not a problem. The fact you know how you can explain it well to the person, it's fine, right? So the next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the education section, education, and for my education here, I would say, for example, so what you first write out is the degree, right? For me, I did a Bachelor of Science at the best university in Nigeria, anyway, University of Ibadan, right? Where is the base of Ibadan? It's in Ibadan, Nigeria, right? Right. And what year did I finish school? 2015 was when I graduated from school. So I'm going to put the year there. If you have master's degree, if you have PhD, you can put that. I don't have a master, I don't have a PhD. So that's what I have. Then the next section is now the section for certifications. Certifications, right? Certifications. Let me just bring this down a little. Certifications, and I'm going to also bring in the bullets. And for me, for example, a Microsoft certified trainer, right? A Microsoft certified Power BI data analyst associates. Associates. Okay, that is the PL 300, right? I also have another one, Microsoft licensing specialist. I'm also a Microsoft licensing specialist. Oh, sorry about my typo. I'm trying to be fast. Specialist, right? Power platform, right? Yeah, those are three applications that I have, and I think I'm going to stop here. So you can add some other sectors, like maybe if you are doing some community work. Although I'm a community guy, but I'm not adding that to this resume at all, right? If the resume show us maybe the job description, if the job advert says experience, and maybe they have say for maybe like leadership experience, then you can put that. If it's nothing like that, you can just leave it out, right? You see that I still even have one space a little, to the end here. Right now, one thing is that after you have done this, make sure that your name, you make it bold. You can increase the font size of your name. You can try to increase the font size of your name. For this other part here, you can make it 1.0 for the line spacing, right? This one is okay here. Professional profile, for all the headings, make it bold. Make this one too bold, right? Professional work experience, also make it bold, right? I think everything looks good. Now, the last part is that for the ATS to give you a good score, for you to have, you know, for your percentage keyword match to increase, to skyrocket, you need to also put quantifiable achievements in your resume. And when I mean quantifiable achievements, I mean something that you can measure, something that is quantified, that can be quantified, right? So, for example, I built a dashboard for the logistics department that helped improve operational efficiency and increased sales by 10%. These are examples of what I mean by quantifiable achievements, right? So look for something that you've done in your previous place of work, right, that has influenced the operational efficiency of the organization, increased their profit margin, increased their sales, increased their customer base, something that you've done that has influenced decision making, that have changed something, that has improved something, right? So there are different, but make sure it's quantifiable. Like, you don't just say I built a dashboard that increased sales. No, right? I built a dashboard that influenced decision making, that increased sales. Don't do that. What you should do is quantify it in terms of sales. And what is the percentage? Is it a particular amount that the company made, or is it by percentage, right? So you can, but I would not advise you to put the profit of the company anyway. In case you were the one that worked on that report, please don't do that. You can just put the percentage. When maybe you compare the last profit margin with the with the recent one, don't go and put that the company made 50 billion. I'm not a party to that, right? So I'm going to go back to my ChatGPT again, right? So in my own case, I would, myself as an example, I've worked in places that have helped them to, improve some things. But how am I going to put it? How am I going to put it is that I'm going to tell ChatGPT exactly what I did there, and I want ChatGPT to help me, to help me restructure it, to help me reconstruct it. So, for example, I'll say I want to add quantifiable achievements. I want to add quantifiable. Let me correct my Ready? Quantifiable achievements to my resume. I once helped in increasing the active customer rates, the active customer rates, the active customer rates uh, by um, by maybe I created an executive summary reports that showcased um, issues with active versus inactive customers, inactive customers, and added insights that increased the active customer customer rates, right? Help me help me reconstruct this, right? And I press enter, right? Aha. So okay, maybe I say 15%, 15%. Okay, so you see what it's giving me now. Develop an executive level Power BI reports, analyzing active versus inactive customer trends, uncovering key engagement gaps, insights, right? Insights led to targeted actions that increase the active customer rate by 15%. That is a quantifiable achievement. So I just told ChatGPT what I did in that company, right? And what it did for me was to help me reconstruct it in a way that the ATS will be able to, you know, understand it and to count it as a quantifiable achievement for me. So I can add that to this ABC Limited. I can add that to. So you see that I have 4 job description and I have 1 quantifiable. Now for the ATS to read your resume very well, always make sure that your quantifiable achievements in your resume also is 5 in total, 5. So you can have 2 quantifiable achievements in complaint A, complaint B might be 1, complaint C might be 2. So just spread it around, maybe 1, 2, 2, or 2, 2, 2, 1, or 2, 1, 2, depending on how you want to spread it around the different places that you have worked before. So I have this now. Maybe in another complaint, maybe I also need an achievement. I also need an achievement in another company where I worked as a route to market data analyst, and I provided dashboard that speaks to sales volume, for example, sales volume by different distributors and insights generated help, helped uh, operational operational efficiency and sales by 19%, for example. Just an example. It depends on what you did there, right? Designed and implemented Power BI dashboard tracking sales volume by distributor, delivering actionable insight that improved operational efficiency and contributed to a 90% increase in overall sales performance, right? I'll copy this and I'll come here, right? To any other company that I've worked before, depending on where you've worked, and I'll paste it. I still have like how many to go now? Oh, it's already in 23 pages. Don't worry, I'll adjust it. So I still have like 3 more to go, right? So let me look for another one because I've worked in healthcare. So I would say give me another one that that deals with, for example, uh that deals with human resource, uh human resource dashboard, or human resource analysis and strategy, right? Human resource analysis and strategy. Give me another one that deals with human resource analysis and strategy in terms of helping the company to uncover various trends around human resource, you know, that helped them in better planning, better planning, better planning policy for the HR department of the company. Don't mind me, I'm just bringing up ideas in my head of the company, right? So led the development of HR analytics dashboards that uncovered key workforce trends, including attrition, hiring patterns, and departmental performance, providing strategic insights. I need to add a percentage. I need a I need to add let me say 12% reduction in attrition rates. Something like that. Okay, resulting to a 12% reduction. Good. I'll copy this. I'll come here, right? I'm going to paste it. I still have two more to go. I still have two more. Already don't worry, I'll adjust it. They're already entering 3 pages. I make sure it's not more than 2 pages for everything. So now that I have this, I have 3 now. One achievement here, one here. I still have 2 more to go. Let me say, give me. So you are going to think about the achievements that what you achieved in that company. You think about it by yourself, and you will tell ChatGPT about what you did, and it's going to help you to reconstruct it. So, example, I can say, for example, give me another achievement of me influencing the company's pricing strategy, working with stakeholders from pricing, from procurement to customer service. Add 10%. And please don't have ridiculous amount of, don't have ridiculous percentages there. Add 10%, something like that. Yeah. Collaborated cross-functionally with pricing, procurement, and customer service teams to analyze market and sales data, delivering insight that optimize the company pricing strategy and led to a 10% increase in profit margin. Nice, right? So you can come in and I can paste that here, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need one more here to make it 5 altogether. So I need another one that speaks to customer service. I need another one that speaks to customer service, develop customer service and attitude dashboard. That enhance customer satisfaction and reduce average resolution. So yeah, nice quantifiable achievements. Right. So now that I have 5, but I still have one issue. My resume is entering 3 pages, and that's not what I want. So what I'm going to do is this. I can choose to reduce the font of this one here. I can reduce it to 10, right? So I can come here, reduce all of these ones to 10, right? I can do that for what I have here also. I can reduce to 10, right? All my JDs here. So we can reduce them to 10. Same. Okay. Come here also, reduce this one to 10. I can come here, reduce this one to 10. And which one again? Come here, reduce this one to 10, and reduce my education part here also to 10. Make this one bold. Make this one bold. Okay, everything looks good. So let me delete this third page. I don't need you. I only want everything to be 2 pages all through. Right? Everything is looking good. Now, this now brings us to the part that we are going to. After you have built your resume, based on ChatGPT and all, you can copy this one. You can copy. Then you're going to go back to the browser. And there's a platform called Jobscan. Jobscan, right? It is licensed, like you can buy the subscription, you can use the free version. So I'm using the free version at the moment. So I think for the free version, you can only scan resume 5 times in a month, if I'm correct, 5 times in a month, right? So I will copy that resume that I built, I'll copy it and I will paste it on the left side here, right? And I'll go to the job adverts. I'll go to the job adverts and I'm going to copy the job advert like this, copy it like this, like this, like this, like this. I'll copy and I'll go back to my job scan and I'm going to paste it here. So you see that on the job scan, there are 2 sections, the resume section and the job description section. You see, you go to new scan. When you get to new scan, go to new scan. log in with your email, right? Or open or sign up jobscan.co, right? So go to Jobscan and copy your resume one side, copy the job description to the other side. Then you click on scan. You click on scan, right? So just allow it to scan your resume and close this one. It's calculating your score like this. So just wait a little, calculating your score. Okay, let's see. Wow, I got 82% match. Wow. The minimum that it's advising you to get is 75, and I got 82. Now, I want to tell us something in this part. Sometimes when you apply, when you scan with JobScan, when you scan your resume with a job advert on JobScan, you might see 56, 45, 61, things like that. That means that there are still some keywords that are not in your resume but are in the job advert. It means that those keywords are in the job advert, but they are not in your resume yet. So you need to find a way to fix them in. Okay, let's go. Right. So see the keywords that is the ones that it's missing. It's missing some keywords here. Right. The keywords that we are seeing that it's on green are the keywords that match with the adverts. Well, let's go. Let's go ahead. Now, one thing about JustScan is that it will analyze it for you, and you will see the areas where you have green, and you see the one with the red X, the red X. Right? Those are the ones that are missing. It's saying that we did not find an address in your resume. Recruiters used your address to validate your location for job matches. Well, I was the one that said don't put your address don't put your full address because of security reasons, right? You might not want to put your full address because you don't want anybody. I don't know. I don't know. One has to be careful in that part anyway. Uh Now this one will probably always pop up because of it's your first time. You always see adding the job company name, blah blah blah. So you click on the update job scan information. What company are you applying to? The name of the company is Elite, AELITS. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to type Elite. What job are you applying to? Power BI developer is already there. Now it's going to ask you for the link. And the reason for that is because in case there are tips that he wants to give you, right? There are some job. Now I want to mention this. There are some areas you need to be very, very careful in terms of, let's say that so I showed you at the beginning the job website that uses ATS very well, right? For example, if you're using Workday to apply for a job, Workday does not recognize synonyms. So if the job advert says collaborated with stakeholder, don't go and use another term and say collaborated with colleagues, with office, I don't know, office staffs, or collaborated with the same way it has used that word, use it that way, or else your score is going to reduce. So small tips that are very important. Workday doesn't recognize synonyms. Use the exact keyword in your resume. Right? I've copied and pasted the URL to the job, and I'll say update details. Right? So everything looks good. Now my address. Right? So let me just put a random address then, if that would be the problem. So if that is causing problem, I can just put a random address. I've no advice to use your address anyway. Number 34, Henry Street, Henry Avenue, right? Henry Avenue, haha, yes. So that I've adjusted that. We found a summary section of your resume. Good job. The summary provides a quick overview of the candidate's qualification. Nice. We found education section in your resume. You see that everywhere here it has been made score like tick, green. Everything looks good. Here, look at this part. Assuming that you don't use Power BI Developer Ultra, I would have gotten a red mark in this part because it will tell me that there's inconsistency in my job titles. And it's only so if the job is asking for maybe experience of 5 years, I only used in two companies, I only used the exact job title. And summing up the two companies together, the years that I've used there is not up to 5 years. It's not going to be viewing you as somebody that has the required experience. That's why I said use the exact job title. It doesn't matter your job title where you're currently working. Just use the same job title in the advert in your resume in order for you to, just avoid rejections. Right? Education is matching. The education matches the preferred bachelor listed in the job description. File type. Your file name doesn't contain special characters that could cause an error in ATS. Right? So these are special characters. You have to be very careful. Now, these are still the keywords that are not in my resume. Even though I have a 2%, the 2% is good to go. But no, you don't know the company's ATS, how they've configured it to mark your resume. So if you can at least try to move your job scan percentage match to like 90-95, I think it's still okay. 90%, 95, so that in case the ATS on the actual job website is very, very strict, or the ATS is it has been configured in a way that it just wants to reduce number of people that will get to the interview, then you have to make sure that your job scan is maybe 100% if possible. So this is what you would do. Let's say that you've built, you probably finished your resume, and you don't want to be adjusting some sentences that you wrote in your JD, and so that so you don't disrupting your resume the way you have built it. This is one tip I want to give you on how you can do it. So the keywords that is asking me here, I can just come here. I'll go back to the resume. Business requirement gathering. I can put it here. Business requirement gathering. Business requirements gathering. I can put it like this. Business requirement gathering. Okay, I've put that one. It says it can't find business intelligence solutions. Okay, business intelligence solution is not there. Business intelligence solution is not there. I can come and put it in technical here and paste it like this, right? Okay, it's saying that it's not seeing some other keywords like analytical skills. It's not seeing analytical skills. Okay, no problem. Let me just put it here in technical. Okay, what again? It's not seeing keywords like data governance. Oh, I can put it here in technical also. I'll copy it. He said it's not seeing keywords like computer science. So it's not every keyword that is saying that it's not saying that. If I don't have anything computer science, why would I put computer science there? But I will show you another method anyway. What you can do. Don't tell anybody. So what you can do is this. You can just scroll down a little here. Right? Scroll down a little here like this. Right? Oh, it's still entering another page. And I don't want to do so. Okay. So you can come here to this line. And this is what you just do. Paste the keywords. Some of the keywords that you cannot put in any of the sections, just paste them at down part here. Don't tell anybody. So it's not saying keywords. Okay. This one, because I'm not using this the licensed one. That's why I'm not seeing all of these things there. Right? Okay, just hold on for me. Okay, yeah, good. Now I'm going to go to, so now you see that this section is about hard skills. Hard skills. It means that this one they have high impact on your score. These keywords, if they are absent, they have high impact on your score. So these are the ones that you should focus on very well. Right now, if we finish them, let's go to the soft skills now. But the soft skills, it's not saying problem solving skills. It might be the way that it is, you put it in your non-technical. So you see that it's there, but it's not written in the way that it understands. So you put the problem solving skills, copy it the way it has written in there. What skills is it not saying again? Communication skills. Communication skills. So it's saying communication is what I have here. It doesn't like communication skills there. So if I put it there, these are tiny, tiny details that one has to be very careful of. Positive attitude. Would I advise to put this? Resourcefulness. You can add this to the non-technical parts. Still entering. Oh, I have to reduce again. Okay, you can add that to non-technical parts. Positive attitude, resourcefulness, organize, show more. Okay. Everything now. See another thing I'm going to recruiter TH section. It's telling you that it has found some negative words in your resume. This is why I'm not getting interviews. So click on that. You see the word proactive. So let me go back and see, where did I use the word proactive? Proactive. Aha. So let me just remove the word proactively and just maintain the word integrating. Best practice integrating, blah, blah, blah. So don't let me use the word proactive. It's negative word. And to explain why it's saying negative word, let's see. This trait will come across from your interactions with the recruiter or hiring manager. So it's when the hiring manager is interviewing you that will know whether you are proactive or not. So using that in your resume, it's the ATS will see that as negative word, right? So you see all these small things, one must be really, really careful, right? Now, job level match, your years of experience align with the role's requirements. This is a positive start, but remember to carefully review all the job criteria to ensure you are strong overall match before applying. Measurable results. There are 5 or more mentions of measurable results in your resume. Keep it up. Employers like to see the impact and result that you've had on the job, right? So every other thing looks good here. So what I will now do is, after I've done those corrections, I will now click on upload and rescan, right? So let me adjust it again. What areas do I need to adjust? Okay. Let me adjust this one. So that can contain 2 pages. Okay. Now for this computer science, what you can do is this. Don't tell anyone. Just copy this and make the font to be white. so that it blends with the background and nobody, they might not even see it that there's that keyword there. So just copy again, and go back here and paste it, and you can now scan again. Let's see whether the score is going to increase here or it's going to reduce. You're going to see. Interesting. Somebody's going to use this method and you're going to get interview. I'm very sure of that. Hey, give me the new result. Come on. Why are you taking time? Why are you taking time? Okay, let's see. Oh, 96%. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. It's still saying that it's not seeing my address, though. I don't know why it's saying that, but I don't really care about that part too much. I see some keywords it's not seeing, but it's fine. Right? It's still, why is it saying proactive still? I don't have proactive here again. Right? Well, I don't care. I have 96% already. And now I can save this. I can save this and now use this to apply for the job. I can guarantee you that if you are using this method to apply for jobs, making sure that the keyword is matching, the keyword in your resume matches with the job advert, you are going to definitely get the interview. You are going to definitely get interview. At least I'm 99.99% sure that you get interview. So thank you very much, guys. I've come to the end of my video today. I want to see your comments in the comment section. I want you to come and give me testimonies of how this method has helped you to secure job interviews, right? Thank you very much, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.